call the meeting to order. This is the February 14th Conservation Commission order. It's 6:35. We have Rachel, Erica, and Kristen present. Am I missing? Neither Travis nor Fletcher are here at the moment. Mitch, I'm going to need your support here. I have been having some computer issues. My computer is restarting on the side here, so I'm not actually looking at the agenda yet.
You want me to pull it up?
Sure, that'd be great. The first agenda item should be approval of the minutes for the last.
I just reviewed the minutes and didn't see any issues, so I'll move to approve the meeting minutes from February 1st. First, was it the 1st? February 1st.
No, I think
wait, when was it?
January
24th. January 24th, 2023.
I'll second that.
Is there any other discussion? No? Okay. I'll just call through in the order that I have folks on my screen. So I am an I. Erica?
Aye.
Kristen?
Aye.
Great. Mitch, what's the next point on the agenda?
The RDA at 139 Silvio Oconte Drive.
Great. Do we have any representatives from that project here at the meeting
Yes.
tonight?
Yes. Hi, this is Adam Provost. I'm actually Vice President at Summit Ice, and I'm sitting here with Bob Provost, who's Vice President at Maury Schmidt. And we're here before you tonight. Thank you for having us. We are looking to put approximately 5,000 square foot addition on the back of our building for additional freezer space due to growth, which is a fantastic thing for everyone. It is currently in our rear parking area, so a paved area. And we've been working with Mitch to make sure we had everything taken care of. And we've done, everything that we needed to do so far, other than this meeting. So that's the reason we're here tonight. I don't have any sort of long presentation as to, more details. I can give you any details you'd like moving forward and take any questions, or if there's anything in particular you'd like me to tell you more at this point, I can do that as well.
That's in an already paved area.
Correct.
Okay, I didn't realize that when I was trying to look at the plans.
Is there an existing building there? I was a little confused when I read the project description, or is there going to be within the paved footprint a new building put on that?
Yeah, so there's a very large building there, and then there's a small addition that was done in approximately 2009, I think.
Yeah, 2008, 2009.
And then where the new addition is going to go is right there in that picture. Those loading docks will no longer be there. The cage where those ice merchandisers are will no longer be there. So basically take that entire area up, leaving the garage door in the far right in that picture. So the building will come out as you're looking from this perspective right here into that paved area. And all the rest of that's paved as well too.
So I guess what I was kind of driving at is there will be no new point discharges to the buffer zone.
Yeah, correct.
From like say roof runoff or a gutter or something like that.
Yeah, correct. This is Bob Provost. I own and operate Maury and Schmidt General Contractors. We're going to be doing the work for Adam at Summit. And we did the actual addition you see on the backside of that building. If you look at the site plan, it's the small addition towards the back of the original structure. Then you can see the new addition, which is about 5,000 square feet, 50 by 100. And that's all going in that paved area. So the area has already been impacted. So there's no additional runoff. It's all hard surfaced. There's no green space being compromised. I think that pretty much covers it for where the building is actually getting placed.
It's an RDA, so I'm assuming we don't have any comment letter from DEP.
No.
Correct.
DEP was copied on the original form that Mitch had me fill out. So they are obviously aware of it.
This is just a pond to the north.
Where is that in relation to where they're gonna build?
So if you, this is Bob Provost again. So if you see, like, you can see where that caged in area is, where all those ice machines
Yep.
are. If you take that,
Okay.
that back area where it's that sloped area that goes to that right garage door is staying as put. And everything is going to the left of that, that's on the screen towards that
Okay.
addition that's already in place there.
Were the wetlands
So there's-
delineated?
Yes, they're on the drawing. If you look at the site plan, it shows the buffer zone. And it actually shows the wetland delineated on your site that you guys have access to.
So the wetlands were delineated by a wetland scientist and they're within the last 3 years, or are you going by DEP mapped estimated wetlands or?
I think those
Yeah,
are
we're going
old.
by the DP map and your folks, Mitch, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch was on site and walked it. So I actually walked the site with him. And yeah, we walked the whole property together.
We didn't see this brook back here.
So they weren't
It didn't
delineated.
exist.
Correct. And there's no brook that actually is shown in that picture.
Sylvia Oconte Drive.
Oh.
Rachel, I'm just looking up Mass Mapper really quick.
Yeah, what's the timeline for this project?
Honestly, ASAP, as soon as possible. We would like to be prepared for this coming season, and the season starts literally in months. We've expanded so much over the past 2 years that we know that we're gonna have trouble fulfilling all of the business that we took on, and this would be the answer to that easily. We're currently servicing ice in most of New England. A lot of the big supermarkets that people shop at, we are currently doing their private brand labels for them, as well as our own label that I'm sure any of you have seen throughout the area.
Mitch, could you pull up the site plan again? And maybe zoom in to the highlighted colors there, the green and the pink and blue that designate the different buildings. Great, thanks. Yeah, that's better. So can you just explain right now? So what we're looking at is the original building in pink and then the
Yeah.
new addition in blue.
Yeah, Bob, Yeah, Bob Provost here again. Yeah, the original building is the 10,000 square foot building that it's within the buffer zone. And then back in 2008 or 9, I think it was finished in 9, that little addition you see in the back that's kind of a pink extension on the back of the 10,000 square foot building to the right is a addition that was put on. And the new addition that we're hoping to do is in light blue, the highlighted blue area. That's the 50 by 100 structure.
Mm-hmm.
And that area you see around it is all paved. And the green hash that's going through there is the 150 buffer zone. 100 rather.
So we don't have the ordinance, no touch zone illustrated. Correct?
Are you asking us that? Or are
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
asking-
there's
I would
25.
think I would think it that could be bounced back to, I think Mitch is on there. I thought I saw his name on there. I think we were, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of feet away.
You're asking how far it is from the wetland and the pond?
Well, that's a detention area that was put in to handle the I believe the runoff from the original structure.
That was done back when the building was Tytex.
Yeah, that's all man-made.
So it's
Long-
not
long
jurisdictional
before we-
because it's still maintained as a detention basin and it's not
Correct.
naturalized. So therefore it's not
Correct.
jurisdictional. Okay.
Correct. I mean, that was in place when the town signed off on the addition in the back, that little 1,500, I believe, square foot or 1,200 square foot.
Thank you for clarifying that. I was going to
Yeah.
ask if there was any stormwater management. And then when I looked at
Yeah.
that photo, I thought that looks like stormwater management, but they didn't say that. So I was confused. So thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So then this 100-foot buffer zone is from, I can't annotate, but that symbology that has the triangle dash 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 triangle dash 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 triangle, that kind
Correct.
of symbology. Okay. Do we need to have Rachel, do you know if we need to have, I mean, on the wetlands, I mean, on the RDA form, we have the box checked for being relevant under the city ordinance. Do we need to have the setback relevant to the city ordinance also illustrated on the plans for the record? Do you know?
We do request that all of our plans have a 25-foot no disturb zone demarcated on them. So it should be displayed on the zone. And we should know how many square feet of disturbance there will be within that 5-foot no disturb zone, if there is any.
Even if it's previously developed? Like if it's currently impervious surface area, do we still require that?
Yes, I think it needs to be
Okay.
shown on the plan. One of my questions is, the scope of work here on the plan is not the impervious area, because the filter fabric, which would signify the edge of the scope of work, during construction, is actually shown outside of that impervious surface and on the far side of the detention basin. I believe, if I'm reading that correctly, which I'm not sure the justification for that. So that's one of my questions, is just like, why and is that an effective place for erosion control? To
Yeah.
put that along the far side of the detention basin.
Right. I can chime in on that. That's the original. That's showing where it was done prior to our addition. So our filter, our silt fence line will obviously be in front of that. I mean, it would go on the outside of our excavation, which would be in front of that old detention area. We could show that.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful to see, because, establishing the filter fabric within the 25-foot no disturb zone is still disturbance within that 25-foot no disturb zone.
Yeah, we're gonna put it right in on that asphalted area that you can see that goes around that whole site. You know, there's plenty of room to still get it in place before it gets to any of that man-made detention area.
So before the fence, that little wooden fence that was up.
Yes.
So that can be shifted, is what you're saying. You can,
Yeah, that's
that
not-
can be amended from how it's drawn on this plan.
Correct. Yeah, we didn't put that in on this, and we could, we're gonna have that set inside. If almost you could see where the asphalted area is, I mean, that's pretty much gonna be where our silt fence lands, you know? I mean, we're gonna take care of any possibility of disturbance migrating towards that area, so we'd want it right up tight along that asphalt line.
So that kind of segues into my next question. So you're proposing silt fence. Are you also proposing
Oh, yeah.
straw wattles or straw
Silt
bale?
fence, straw, yeah, silt fence, straw wattles.
What size straw wattles are you proposing?
If we,
Like a 6-inch or a 9-inch or a 12-inch, or I don't know what size they come in, but
yeah, I mean, you can get 8s, 12s, I think you can, yeah, 8s, 10s, 12s. We can do it, we can do a 12-inch if that's what you want to see.
would that be preferable to you than a bale?
Yeah, it leaves, to be honest with you, I mean, from experiences, it leaves less of an impact. You know, I think they're both work well. The wattles are more expensive, there's no doubt.
It looks like it's sort of topographic at the northern end, which is
Yeah.
weird because the wetlands on the northwestern corner. So you'd think it'd be more topographic there. Can we go back to the site photos?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it
Yeah, I
kind of
think-
rolls a little bit.
So that's the detention basin over there.
Correct.
Are we looking northeast? Where are we looking here?
This is east,
West,
west.
I would say that's probably
west.
picture again, are we in here? No, hang on.
I think it's towards.
It'd be
away from
northeast,
the
it'd be
building.
northeast.
Yeah.
There are some rolling kind of terrain as you go out through the industrial park. Actually, the area that we're working is pretty flat. But once you get further into the areas that are undeveloped, it kind of rolls like that picture you're seeing right there.
So that's the buffer zone that we're talking about here?
No,
That's just a picture of the woods where the stream was thought to be, but there is none.
Do we have any photos of the jurisdictional wetland and the limit of work buffer zone area?
This is towards the wetland according to the GIS. Looking out towards this way.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, can I bring up a point of order real quick before we continue on with this? I was having issues joining the Zoom meeting, and I was using the link on our webpage to try to join, and it wasn't working. And I know Fletcher is also having issues joining, and I got an email from Mary Byrne from the recorder also saying that the meeting wasn't starting. So I'm a little concerned that if anyone from the public is trying to join with that link, they might not be able to get in.
Mitch sent me, or this is Adam Provost. Mitch sent me the link. I don't know if it's the same link you guys have, but that's the link we came in on.
Yeah, and I think Rachel sent me this link. I think this was the one that Mitch had sent us as well, but it might not be the same one that is on our webpage available for the public to join.
I attempted to use the link that was posted on the Conservation Commission meeting agenda, and it didn't work. And then I was sent this link separately.
Do you feel like that because of that discrepancy that we need to continue this meeting, Travis? Do you think that's the correct, or do you?
I guess I'm not sure.
It looks like it might work for me. So it's weird. You mean on the calendar here?
On like the web page.
It works
What
on the
about-
calendar.
What about the abutters notifications? Was that link the same?
I
Any
think
that
butter
would be
notification
public.
just tells them to contact me for access.
I wonder if it was the same link on the public notice. Sorry, everyone, for the technical difficulties here of Zoom meetings.
Well, the invitation that Mitch sent the commissioners worked in
Right.
Outlook. So is it? It's just the website that has the incorrect link?
I think so. And I'm not sure if the public notice, I was gonna look, the notice of meeting, if that has the correct one or the one that's on our website.
I just tried clicking through from the email and I didn't have luck, but then I clicked through from the calendar invitation and it
Yeah.
I
Mine
guess
also
you
works
guys,
from the
people have
agenda.
figured that out, but what's that?
Might
Oh,
work
on the
from the
agenda.
agenda. So I'm not sure. Are you clicking somewhere else or is it just not consistent?
I'm about to go check the links to see if they're the same.
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Kristen, when you checked in through the email, did you get redirected?
No, I was fine. I actually just I was
Okay.
reviewing documents on the Google Drive and I got a pop-up on my computer and just clicked OK. So
Hmm.
Well, that's what mine said. I would be directed, and I clicked on it and it went to it fine. So
This is the link that I
Yeah,
clicked.
the meeting link is different in the calendar. I'm looking at the number in the one from the email ends in, or I'm sorry, the one from the calendar ends in 5724, I believe, and then the one from the February 14th email ends in 0422.
So all of the public notices from the assessors, butters and all that stuff, they were directed to the website, which was incorrect.
I don't know that yet. I haven't looked on the
I-
website.
Just
Yeah,
check-
the website is
just checked the-
0422.
I just checked the legal notice that we posted in the paper for our hearing, and it looks like the number, the link matches from what went in the newspaper.
So maybe it was just our internal email that was wrong. Maybe.
Fletcher, did you say, what did you say the meeting ended in on the correct one?
I think the correct one's 5724.
Okay, because
It
our,
doesn't sound right.
No, maybe I'm telling you the incorrect one.
I
The
think
one-
it's ZZ09. Is the
Yeah,
right
that's
one.
what I logged in as.
Oh, that's the
ZZ09.
password. The meeting number is right after the J, the /J.
yeah. And this is our notice of meeting. Oh, this is from the last one.
Oh,
Sorry, I was looking.
yeah, 422. I see what you're saying. So like the whole link ends in ZZ09, but that's the password. So
That's the
actual-
password, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, I see what you're saying. So 422 question mark? Is a meeting link? I don't know.
Well, that's the one that wasn't working for me. 5724, I think, is the one that worked. I don't know how to check it once you're in a meeting here.
Yeah, and 0422
Yeah.
is what we have on our webpage.
That's what I logged into.
Well, is it, do we have
And I
like,
used the one in the email was 5724, and that was the one I used. That was in our email.
Yeah, but the public facing one on the city's webpage is 0422.
That's the same one, I think. That's the same one.
That one did not work.
Yeah,
Right.
that one did not work for me.
I tried that one for 15 minutes and it didn't work.
I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting there for like 15 or 20 minutes.
I wonder if there's some sort of weird character missing because it looks similar to the one that's in my invitation. 9425802.
I guess I'm just concerned that we're holding a meeting that's not technically public because the public doesn't have access to it.
a good
Only
point.
the people who were invited to the meeting. Now, can I just ask if, is there any member of the public here who's not someone who is on the agenda that managed to get into the meeting?
You guys typically have members of the community that come into your meetings?
Sometimes we do, and I know that there were some projects that were going to be on the agenda tonight that were being shared around on Facebook that people were interested in. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely have a big agenda tonight. I've been doing this for 20 years for the town of Greenfield. And this is a
Yeah.
big agenda.
I
A lot
know,
of work to be
and
done.
like I said, Mary Byrne, a reporter, sent me an email and said that she wasn't able to get in and asked if we were still holding our meeting tonight.
Is there any use in, at this point, like, is Mitch able to go and open that, use that meeting link? Is it a valid link? It's just not, nobody has started the meeting? Or it doesn't?
When I was waiting, it just said, waiting for the host to start the meeting.
Right.
It opens a Zoom link, but it's just a different one.
Yeah, and it just says, waiting for the host to start the meeting. And I just sat there for 20 minutes wondering why it wasn't starting.
I'm gonna look on my phone. So this is from the Greenfield, the City of Greenfield website.
Yeah, if you go to our webpage.
I'm logged in twice. We'll know why, and if not, we'll know why.
Yeah, the meeting number that I joined with is definitely different than the one that's on that page.
Mhm.
So this
I think-
meeting ID is 942-5802-0422.
That's the one that's on the webpage, but that's not what we're in right now.
That's not on our invitation.
No, that one is 976-2699-5724.
So that's exactly it. We have two different appointments. And I'm unable to get in on my phone. So from the website, the meeting is invalid.
Yeah, so
Right.
members of the public don't have access to this meeting.
Or maybe only some do, I guess, because of the public notices apparently had the correct one, but yeah.
Yeah,
But either way, that really it kills it for us. If the public hasn't been notified in advance, we can't deliberate, unfortunately. It's a silly reason, or just one link is ridiculous, but I guess
I
that's the
think
way
it
goes.
doesn't, it doesn't comply with open meeting law.
Right.
yeah.
If people know that there's a meeting, but have no ability to access the meeting without having a personal invitation, then it won't comply with public meeting law. So, I mean, it seems clear that we need to continue it, I guess it's a shame. I think we have we do have a really full agenda, and there's a lot of people that
Yeah.
made an effort to show up tonight. So
I know.
I'm
yeah.
wondering if, would it count under deliberation? Can we set a date to continue that works for everyone here before we close? Would that be
It's
considered
not,
allowable under opening?
I think
law?
that would be allowable, yeah.
If you guys could request a special meeting, I think that it would be best.
Yeah, yeah.
As
I
long
don't
as
think
it
we
gives,
wanna-
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, as long as we do it far enough out for notice to be posted, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but you meet in 2 weeks from now, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be prudent to try to get this done sooner than that?
Yes, I agree with that.
I agree.
Is that possible though, if we can't notify the public in the specific allotted?
Well,
Technically, everyone's been notified in proper term. If you're going by Robert's rules. The one problem was that you got 2 different Zoom
yeah,
meetings. So I think it just needs to be corrected. And I think that there's a different set of timelines that go along with that.
I don't know if I
and
agree, but
well, and I guess I was gonna say, like, for our meetings, we have to give notice 48 hours ahead of time.
okay, sorry, then, yeah, I was confusing the timelines there, so that's fine then.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'm a little unsure about is the public notices that went out for the NOIs in the paper that had this meeting date, but I mean, I don't want people to have to put new, notices in the paper.
So that would add a lot of additional time to the
Yeah.
process as well.
And it's for our mistake.
At least our newspaper had the right link.
Yeah.
So I think it would comply with the newspaper ad requirement.
And if we
And the paper process was correct. I mean, that's how somebody who isn't so computer savvy like myself made it here. I followed it in
Yeah.
from the paper. And I mean, that was notified in time. So I think
Yeah.
going through that process might be kind of redundant at this point, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think you should have to do that.
It's just the date in question would be different.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we want to do it tonight as soon as possible, but if we also want our deliberations to
Well-
be valid and the hearings to be valid, so.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could,
Discuss a time and then,
I think we can, schedule, I think if we do it 48 hours ahead of time, at least 48 hours notice, then we can say that they did their required notice, and we can say that, like, due to technical issues with our link, we had to move them to a special meeting.
Can we hold a special meeting 1 week from tonight at the same time so that it stays in our regular Tuesday evening slot? And then that would give the project people at least time to notify their abutters, via word of mouth or whoever else needs to be notified that it has changed. It would be a special meeting on a Tuesday at 6:30, which is our regular meeting hour, just on an off week.
Does that meeting time work for the other commissioners?
Stay with me.
Okay, I will say that day probably does not work for me because I'm traveling this weekend and I'm going to be traveling home on that day, but I don't necessarily have to be here. We just need a quorum. So if four of you can make it, then. And I might actually be home in time to do it.
It was sort of nice to be off schedule with Amherst because
Mm,
there was no, our second Tuesday and their second Wednesday was a week apart this month, so, but I'm available.
okay. Does that work? Does that
Busy.
work for all the applicants? How about this? Does it not work for anyone who's in this meeting right now? That's probably easier than asking everyone if it works. Okay, it sounds like it would work for everyone. So February 21st at 6:30 p.m. We'll repost this meeting for that date. Yeah, sorry everyone for the time wasted tonight on Valentine's Day.
This is Adam Provost again. Hey,
Hi.
is there any way I could make a request that if,
Sure.
I mean, listen, I've been doing this a long time, so I understand what goes into it, and I understand that you guys volunteer your time just like I have for 20 years. Is there any way to just ensure that we try to do as much proper preparation as possible, just so that if there's going to be additional things that are needed, potentially we could get around to making sure you guys have everything you want and that we can answer anything and everything that comes along. But I'm just saying that I've been the chair of a lot of these committees, and I understand the difficulties that you're going through right now. But additionally, I also always let my committee members know that they should probably do as much homework as they can.
Sorry,
Like
could you-
putting the 25-foot city ordinance buffer zone on the plans and maybe checking
Yeah.
the city of Greenfield on your RDA form and that kind of thing. Are we allowed to say that if it's not a public meeting?
Sure, if you want to say it. Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah. Did I not check a box?
Yeah, on the
I
RDA
apologize for
form.
that. I did try to go through it extensively with Mitch. We spent 2 meetings together. So if I missed something, I do apologize. But if there's an additional area that you would like to see highlighted from the plans, yeah, we'd like to know, just so we can do that for you.
Section B on the RDA, number D says, you know, if this project is subject to a bylaw or ordinance, state which city or town, and that's left blank. And then if there is an ordinance, such as a 25-foot setback, that should be illustrated on a plan.
Sure thing.
Yeah, quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
If maybe this won't work, but if I were able to start the meeting that's posted, I don't know if it's too late, but
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel at this point, I
yeah,
doubt anyone's waiting for 45 minutes
Right.
To join a meeting.
yeah. And they would have to be going sort of simultaneously to,
Yeah,
Let's
to make
accomplish what we
sure if
want,
anyone
so-
else joined, then to bring them over.
I think, I guess to answer Adam's question, I don't, or not to answer it definitively, but just personally, I don't know where we'd cross the line into deliberation or not, but we could probably figure that out offline and send any updated information we're allowed to via email or something. But
That's very much appreciated. Thank you very much for your help.
yeah, I just don't know what, it would be easy to
Even if
cross
it's
that, it would be
through
easy to cross
webpage.
that line.
Yep, no, I understand that. Believe me, I completely understand that. So
Yeah, I
much
think-
appreciated, and maybe that's something I could work with Mitch on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think maybe Mitch,
Right.
maybe Mitch can work with you, and maybe I could work with Mitch too, so. And we don't have
Yeah.
Thank you.
a quorum of anyone.
I think you came out with like, we can't untalk what we talked, because we had no
Yeah.
idea that we were not complying with open meeting law at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, you know, we can't untalk what we talked. Our observations were there, our questions were there, and you know, you heard what you heard, and we'll, certainly going back and making sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed before the next meeting is a good thing. And that's not deliberation. That's just attention to detail. And
Exactly. Agreed.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone have any?
I feel like I need to show that, like, the noise, the background noise that you guys are all hearing. Apologies. Consolation prize
Having fun.
for the evening. I don't actually pant like a dog, but my daughter does right now.
Did any other applicants have questions sort of along the line of Adam's? It sounds like everybody can make it for Tuesday. If we can have Mitch follow up with you if we figure out what any allowable information exchange is, we will follow up with you through Mitch. But if it will kind of expedite the next time around, I'm sure all of you can ask as many questions as you want. I just don't know that we could go back and forth at this moment. So
Yeah.
George Shannon with Verity Wireless. May I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
So your plan is on February 21st to have a meeting, and then the
Yes.
next meeting is February 28th?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And if the Verity team can't make it on the 21st, can they just call, what's the procedure to
Yeah.
convey
Yeah,
that?
we could get you on the 28th. I think we might need you to it's complicated now. It's like if you were just going to be missing a meeting, I would say we would have to have you waive the like the 21-day requirement. Like we have to get you in a meeting within 21 days.
Sure, I understand.
So we might have to have you waive that, but then we could move you back to the next, the 28th.
May I just also say that this is not the first time this has happened because of COVID. Everything was on Zoom meetings, and I probably had 6 episodes over the COVID epidemic where this happened before boards. So it's not uncommon.
It's our first one.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess we've had good luck so far, but
good.
Ran out.
Question, Travis, if anybody here can't make the meeting on the 21st, and can they request to be continued to the 28th in writing to Mitch? Would that essentially serve that function?
Yeah, I think so.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Request in an email to be continued to the 28th, and we'll make sure that we get them in on that agenda.
Yeah, I think either they would have to waive, like, being on a meeting within the 21-day period, or be continued to the next meeting. One of those two. Yeah.
Something does happen, we can always come to the meeting and request a continuance.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that, I believe that is suffice.
We're hoping we can do that, offline or via email or something if people do need to wait till the 28th or something. But yeah, of course, in person you can do that.
Okay.
With all due respect, it's your city. I'll follow whatever you say to do.
Yeah. I think for me personally, especially since I know that there was a reporter trying to get into our meeting and wasn't able to, who knows who else was trying to get in.
Right.
And
I have
this,
another-
this video will be posted online too, so people will be able to see, this meeting after the fact.
I guess we're not actually having a legitimate meeting if it wasn't posted properly. So I don't know if we need to have a motion, but if we do, I'll motion to continue this whole meeting until the 21st
Okay,
second it.
yeah.
with one meeting link, a new meeting link publicly and in invitations.
At 6:30 p.m.
Yep. Same time,
Okay.
same time, not same place. Better
All
place.
right. Yeah. Okay.
place.
So motion to continue, seconded by Fletcher. Any other discussion on that motion?
I have just a hypothetical question, and it's more of a procedural question. So for
Mhm.
Travis and Mitch, say hypothetically, the commission has a feeling they're going to request from an applicant a third-party review, and the project hasn't been opened in a public meeting.
Mhm.
Is there anything the commission and that applicant can do in the background, such as acquire maybe like a proposal from a third party for a cost estimate? Because that can
Mhm.
sometimes take a couple of weeks before the
Yeah.
hearing is opened, or does the hearing have to be open first? I'm just curious, hypothetically.
Yeah, I looked into that a little, and I think the MACC handbook says that if the commission thinks they're gonna do a third-party review, they should try to hire someone to do that before the hearing has started. I don't know how you do that without doing it in a public meeting, without like how we would do that. It would
Well, I
make
think
sense.
that
if
The
they knew-
applicant would get to approve or deny the costs. We would just be able to request proposals from a couple or
Mm, mhm.
wherever. Right?
Yeah,
But
I think we'll definitely be looking into that and having Mitch get in touch with that information to the applicant. So I think it's a good idea if we can do that. Yeah.
So that wouldn't slow anything down, just if it were relevant.
Right. That would probably be the same result.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
just curious about that. Thanks, guys. I know I haven't been a participant in any third-party review since I joined the commission, so I wasn't sure on how that process worked.
I haven't either, to be honest.
That was
Same.
my only question. I have no
Yeah.
other discussion, and I am ready
right.
to move on.
Okay, so, all right, so we can vote on the motion to continue everything until the 21st at 6:30 p.m. We'll do a roll call vote here. Kristen,
Aye.
Erica,
Aye.
Fletcher,
Aye.
Rachel.
Aye.
I'm also an aye, so, okay. So we'll continue all this at the next